I'm going to start the video a little bit differently this time. We'll get to the crap that I find in store eventually because I think it's interesting. This video will be about the Crystal Caves Thomas. That's the new 3-pack that I've seen getting around Thomas. All engines go, blah blah blah.
Warning. This video is made for a general audience. It may contain adult themes, consumer advice, and information that can be enjoyed by all ages. I need to say this because, sadly, the YouTube systems are totally dumb ass.
This one here has got nice artwork going on this side. We don't see the other side until we get it out of box. I'm having trouble talking today, and maybe I'll explain that soon. I've found 4 here with varying degrees of trouble from factory. And I've also found a very, very puzzling James in that pack there. It was finding this James here. It showed me how the black lines should be done versus the way it shouldn't be done. So yes, I'm starting to understand there are problems aplenty in Toy Town. It was really nice, a nice surprise to find these 3-packs in store. I would say get this stuff now before Christmas hits. Also found a Muddy Fix 'em Up Friends and also a Percy and Bruno brake car blah blah. I'm going to unbox this a bit differently because I'm feeling extremely melancholy. I'm going to actually smack up a rubber chicken with this. Do you think it's going to work? Let me prepare the table.
What the fripp? He's going to open up the Thomas with the rubber chicken, but the rubber chicken's on the bench. He's flipping loony. It's never going to work. It's never going to work. I told you he's losing it. He's losing it. He's going mental. He knows nothing. Nothing.
You know, it's really weird. I heard the strangest little sound as I was preparing myself here. I just don't know what was going on. I had to sticky tape down the rubber chicken because they're made of latex. Nothing sort of sticks to latex. I've never done this before. Let's hope it works. Decisions. Should I grab it via the rolling stock end or should I grab it via the Thomas end? I think I'll grab it like this. I suppose the trick is aim for the stomach area. Thomas end first. Here we go. Very quiet, that chicken, isn't it? But like it, Thomas. Oh, something flew over my head then. I've still got rolling stock inside. Okay, I think it's out. After a big scavenge on the ground, it has totally unboxed. It is quite interesting to see that it does work in reverse, and don't worry, this chicken was already dead. It's not very alive. Look at that, it doesn't re-inflate. Okay, what I'm going to do next is we'll take a look at what I found in store. Very interesting when I was doing my toy hunting, looking for factory errors. Very, very interesting. Okay, I'm in another retailer. It's in Sydney. It's not too far from where I live, and I'm just showing you the Thomas cell, which has been eaten away and eroded, which is actually really good to see. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas, and that's what worries me, but I see something here really funky. This is amazing, and this is going to prove a point to me. Take a look at the James in this one. Woo! I've been looking at a lot of these sets in store, and this is a clanger because we can see that the engine has got nice black lines like it should be, and the tender is faint. It's a great factory error. This is a ripper. This is an absolute keeper. It's taken me quite some time to find one where we've got nice black lines going on in the James. This is how it should be done. Okay, I saw so many that were faint. I thought maybe this is the new norm, but this is correct, and this is incorrect. This has made my day. I've had some bad news recently, I can tell you. I've just actually come out for a bit of mental therapy. If only as well we had the line work art problem going on, but this Thomas has done correctly. And imagine if we had a smudged Percy. Man, I would have been in factory error heaven, but it's only James that's done wrong. So for me, this is obviously a keeper. I will definitely be buying this. It's a great example of how it can go tragically wrong. And what you'll see down here, and this is what I see as the normal. I'll just quickly go through the others here. I'm saying, now that I've seen the one I've just seen today, I'm saying the Jameses, oops, that's on the ground, but we'll pick it up, won't we? The Jameses are not done as nice as we should, and I will do as I say, because I've probably got someone watching me very carefully. Always put things back. If you drop them, make sure they're nice and square. And sure, I saw the Thomas in that pack with the line work a bit low, but hey, I've seen far worse. And before I go, I will show you the 3 packs that are left behind. Guess who's left here? I see this a hell of a lot. Both diesel. Don't panic. I did make right. Another shop, it's another Thomas area. Although there's lots of things here which have nothing to do with Thomas and Friends. And what I can see is the All Engines Go stock is actually very, very popular. Because I'm seeing, well, less and less of it as it gets put in the store. Okay, we've got a diesel, we've got a Fandy the Flipper, whatever it is, Nia. I want to look at now, really. Next to that, and everything here is priced right. Okay, we've got Carly. Of course, Carly, we're always going to find more Carly. And behind Carly is Kenji. Kenji's actually very popular. Very tricky to find Kenji, especially now that the stock gets eroded down. You're always going to find Carly. And next to this are the 3 packs. Now, this is the newer of the 3 packs. This one here is AEG. Remember, I'm looking for ones which have the line work art error. There's the Muddy Fix Them Up Friends, whatever that frippin' thing there is. But what is very, very interesting here is, look at this. Dun, dun, dun. It's another great big allotment of diesel. I might be sounding like a broken record. There's actually nothing wrong with this 3 pack. I think it's a fantastic 3 pack, but for some reason it's a confirmed shelf sitter. And of course I always put things back as they were because I'm a good boy. Always neat and tidy, and always nice and square, because that's what good retailing is all about. There you go, this little Thomas area has never looked so good. Maybe I've missed my calling in life, because maybe I'm just good at setting everything up in retail nice and square, and it is set at the right price. Another Thomas area, another shop, and well, you can see what's here. It's what I call the shape, but things to come. A lot of empty beggarage going on there. Should be Thomas stuff there. On the other side we have the single packs. If I pull my finger through like this, you'll see what's available. Okay, pull my finger through like this, you'll see who's there. Actually, interesting, there's a few Thomases there. The minis, boohoo. There's a couple of the earlier 3 packs. That is the Percy one, and there's a stack of these here. Curiously, look who's being left behind. Oh, there is a Thomas there. Okay, it's always curious to see who is shelf sitting. Okay, there's James, Thomas and Percy in that collection, but I tell you what, Percy ain't that popular. The Hot Wheels 20 packs. And this is really strange. I mean, it's very common, but really strange. Here's a 20 pack, and someone's decided whatever was there was super, super special. They've only taken 1 car. They haven't taken the one from the window up there. They've only taken 1 car, and the rest of them here look like they haven't been, let's just say, broken into. And then I noticed beside all this here, there is this here. So I would say potentially, the fact that it hasn't got a wire spider on it, I'd say they've been disturbed, because I think that's all still there. But yes, it's just something I'm seeing all the time. That's very common to see. Look at this here. This is one of the bins that the staff would collect stuff on. There's a wire spider here dangling, and here's a 20 pack which has been savagely eaten into. It just never seems to stop. 20 packs just getting eaten alive in store. Remarkable. When I look at this toy in store, when I look at many toys that I collect, as an adult collector YouTube, I don't watch Thomas AEG, and let's say parents would come along and possibly buy this, and they're trying to understand what is this about. Now, sure, it says Crystal Caves Thomas and other languages here, okay. We look underneath, and really it's not telling me much there that I really want to read. Okay, a whole lot of kerfuffle there in multiple languages, as always. That's the way the world's bent now. And then on the back here, sure, we get this picture here, which looks great. We get every language on the earth here. We get about batteries here, every language on earth. We get this attention, blah, blah, in every language on earth, but there's no synopsis about what this toy is about. And I think that's really important to have. And I think that if there's a little tiny story there about why this is an important Thomas to have, I think that would go a long way in trying to assist people in understanding where it fits in the realm. And you're probably saying, oh, come on, Leo, you're criticising all the time, but you got no ideas. Well, here's a little synopsis. Thomas ran out of cash and became a crystal meth dealer. Pretty simple, isn't it? Yeah, can't say things like that. Well, guess what? It won't be a YouTube Kids video now. Not a chance. And there's something I've noticed about the artwork line errors, and there's two styles of errors going on as I see more and more things. Let me show you. The more I see these errors, the more I'm starting to understand the problems going on. This is a great example of one which is done in a nice, bad way. That sounds strange, doesn't it? But the red line work here is dragging way too low. It's running on the running board here, and you'll see varying degrees of this. You'll see it up a little tiny bit, you'll see it way down, but where it should actually be up, where my tweezers, there should be a definite blue going on between this red line here going down to the running board. Coming up here, there's some mud or slime or something there. It's down low. It should be right up on the edge of the plastic there. Of course, the yellow piece here I talk about a lot. It's riding low. This is something you can easily spot, because if you see blue going on between the black and the yellow line, that's been done wrong. And sometimes you'll see this area here combined with this area. I have seen it where you've got the red line work running low, but this seems to be okay in the fact that yellow is joined to black. Might have flashed an example up there if I remember, or maybe not. The $1 million question is this line work also lagging and dragging on the other side? I'm not unboxing this one. It's probably worth $1 million on eBay if I was a scammer. I do see people reviewing this toy online. They're not noticing these sorts of errors going on. Maybe they don't care, or maybe they're not really looking at what they're showing online. Sometimes there are people who like things done correctly, and they get quite nagged when something's just a little bit out. So if you're looking for these toys in store, look very carefully. Of course, if you're buying online, you've got no option. You may land one of these, or you may not. Because I'm a Thomas collector, I'm sort of happy this problem's going on in the Thomases, and I'll always put these away nice and gently. That was gentle, believe me, and so was this. Okay, I'll do my infamous in-hand appraisal of this beautiful 3-pack. I will start with a crystal cart. This crystal comes from the Crystal Caves, I hope. What I said before probably get bleeped out, or else I'd be flagged off the site. I don't think I've seen these styles of wheels before, and I'll make a point about these hopefully soon, if I remember. It would be nice to see painted buffers. It is locked on by that there. I would prefer, this is just for playability, if it was a wagon that had, let's say, short sides and this was in loose, then at least if your Thomas crashed, it all comes apart. This is locked on so tightly, no matter really what happens, it's not going to come off, and half the fun of playing with toys is things going wrong. If we had a bit of detail on the wheels, like we've got that little section there, and I'm going to change this. I'm going to make it the way I think it should be. But nevertheless, look, the crystal looks interesting. I'm actually having a Superman thought by seeing that. Yeah, it's a flat car with different wheels. We'll go to the next car, which I think is the rear of this one. This looks more like a coal style car. It's fairly lowly detailed. No painted buffers. We've got those wheels that don't have the cogs. Like I said, we will discuss this and why I like the cog ones and maybe why I don't like them. It's got a load of, I don't know, is it crushed something? Part of me was going to say something else, but oh, I know you'll be flagged off the site if you start being too adult. Yeah, it's nice. I actually quite like this. Would the crystal fit into this one? I'm just going to do a bit of a thing here. Okay, yeah. So to get back to my point about things going wrong, let's say if the crystal's in this and it goes crash, well, boom, your crystal's out and you're having more fun. But we can't have too much fun, can we? Because this is quite a serious toy, and sometimes, you know, people playing with this stuff don't want things to go wrong and they get quite angry. Yeah, look, it's lacking details. Okay, it would be so easy just to print something on here, or just to stop complaining, just get on to Thomas. Okay, this Thomas, it's very nice in the way it's been printed up and detailed. It's nice when you see it done correctly. And my point about all this, about the incorrect and the masses of mistakes that I'm seeing, is there's the right way and the wrong way. This is the right way, and I've just seen too many which are done the wrong way. What maybe is the nicest part about this is we get the different face, in a sense. It's sort of kooky weird, and look, I'm a Thomas collector, so any variation I'm happy with. We're missing, of course, the connecting rod now, but I got used to that. It'd be nice to see some details on this, like painted buffers and stuff. There's nothing on the back. Hey, but I will paint this up in the way I think it's going to look better. It's nice. I mean, it's different, it's kooky, and kooky sort of works for me. Maybe kooky doesn't work for you. And when it is done correctly, it actually looks very good. You've got to have some pluses going on, or else you'd be crying all the time. I just make my point about this wheel, the plain looking wheel versus what a lot of the other rolling stock is with the cog. And if I run this on track, just listen versus, oops, that's a train wreck, versus listen now. And the other thing is these cogs are keying into the track, so maybe there's less friction if you have this new type of wheel. But also listen on this table here. I'll do this plain wheel first. Now listen to the cogged wheel. There's actually a huge difference in the way it sounds, and maybe the way these two run on the tracks. And the place where we do need a cogged wheel in this Trackmaster system is the driving wheel of the train, because that's what keys into the track and gives us our nice running playability, just like that. I'm going to do my modifications on these, and I'm going to be very careful, and you're not going to see the whole process here, but from here on you're going to see something different versus what you buy in packet. You know the old saying, the devil is always in the detail, and it doesn't take much to just add the little bit of detail that's going to make this pop. I've got a visitor here. It's Teddy, and Teddy is extremely inquisitive, but unfortunately it was this week where Teddy's mum died. It's just been a really sad week. Thankfully he's 6 months old and he's well past requiring his mum. I wonder if he's going to play with this if I turn it on. I have done the modification here, but I'm just getting distracted by Teddy. Let's see if he plays. Because then I can say to blasted YouTube, oh, it's about cats playing with fripping cat toys. Totally, he's sort of ignoring it. Here we go. Oh, what do you think, Teddy? Do you like it? What's your thoughts? He's more interested in other things by the looks of it. Come on, what do you think of that, Ted? He wants to get on the turntable and cause a train wreck. What's your thoughts, Teddy? Yes or no? Oh. Well, I think it's a no from Teddy. That's unfortunate, isn't it? Very hard to impress cats. Well, he's going to hang around. Maybe we'll let him hang around. He can be here. Okay, I've done the modifications. Maybe you're going to dislike what I've done. I've got Teddy sniffing the camera here. I think it's an improvement. I'm sure there'll be others to say, oh, we don't like what you've done, and I'll just slide it up and then I'll let it take off. Out of focus there for a bit, but you can see what the wheels are doing now. Yeah. I don't know, I like it. Looks like Teddy likes it as well. But the point here is it's actually really simple to pull this off. Okay, really simple. Didn't take long at all. I'm not sure why that other wheel on the inside isn't turning much. Maybe I've noticed that more so because I've done that paint modification, and I'll just try and get a slow passing shot here. I'm just manipulating the turntable with my other hand. There, you get a good idea of what the wheels are up to. It's a great set. I think this will be a very popular set, remembering this has been modified to make it look a little bit betterer. I think it looks far more interesting when you see the wheels doing that sort of funky thing. But I'm sure there'll be some people saying, no, we don't like it like that. Always get the naysayers. I've noticed in the Thomas realm, it's very hard to impress people with some of the most basic sort of changes. I'm just noticing this Thomas is actually quite a lumpy runner, and I think it's related to the way the wheels are done in the way they line up on the track. Sometimes you get one which is a smooth runner. This one's definitely a lumpy runner, and maybe one thing I don't like about what we call Trackmaster 3 All Engines Go is this long coupling section between the engine and the first piece of rolling stock. To me, the gap's too big. The gap should be like you see there, as I'm just manipulating the table carefully. It's much nicer when it's a tighter connection. To me, I don't know, I'm sort of noticing it here, maybe because of that flat car makes it look worse. I know you'll have your say on it. I prefer it if it was a tighter connection there. I'll just get an overhead view like this and you can see the line work I've done on the flat car. As long as you've got the right style of pen, it makes doing that work really fast and easy. That's the style of marker pen that I use. The size of this one is 0.7, and you can get them all different sizes, many different colours. This draws like matte black, but what I like about this is if you make a mistake, it's easily reversible with a cotton tip in methylated spirits to go backwards. Yeah. And of course I've got no commercial connection to, well, anything you see that I throw up online. I really must make a point of that. Sadly, there's so many people who are basically doing flippant ads for people, but they never disclose they're doing ads, and it really, really is rife. It's been rife on YouTube for some time now. It's literally out of control. Teddy has returned. He is, again, inquisitive about the turntable. He might cause a Thomas wreck here, or he might just do nothing. I mean, you just never know with cats. It's very hard to know what they want to do next. They do what they want to do. Very hard to get them to perform for you. He's going to sit down now, just watch what goes on. He just probably thinks, what the hell is this guy doing? Has he got nutso? You want a drink of that? Be careful. You might not ever get to sleep tonight. Oh, nice and bright up there, isn't it? Teddy's male and he's sexton. I tell you what, he looks a hell of a lot like his mum. He's even starting to get the buffy tail like Little Cat had. And I'll tell you what, I really miss Little Cat. I really do. It was just really tragic how she passed away. Really upsetting. I'll tell you what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to move Thomas and the crystal blah blah to the inside track without causing a train wreck. Hopefully everything is right there. Sounds different on that tighter track, and I'm going to bring in the diesel pack that, well, for some reason I see a lot of this 3-pack left in the stores, and it's got me really perplexed because I've actually thought it was a pretty decent 3-pack. And we'll take one more look at this, and we've got the wheels that are the cog style wheels. Maybe we'll hear a different sound from this. Okay, diesel's up and running, and to me there's really nothing wrong with that, although this is the one that I've seen constantly left behind in store. And it really has got me spooked, as in why I really never saw that one coming. I thought it was a great pack. Maybe what I don't like is they've fiddled with Diesel in the sense he should all be all black. He was an all black character in the past, and he was sort of like the bad dude in the sense. the henchman to Diesel 10. And the yellow running board and the, I don't know, the kooky sort of purpleness they've done to him, maybe that's backfired. Maybe, you know, sometimes you just don't tinker with what already works. Possibly that's what's gone wrong there. But hey, what would I know? You know, I've heard people say, oh, he knows nothing. I've only been looking at this stuff for what, 15 years online. I collect a lot of this stuff as well. As an adult toy collector, I'll tell you what, they look awesome when the turntable stops turning and you start to get a feel for the fun of just watching these trains go round and round. You could watch it all day long. And I'm going to be tricky here, and I'm going to move Thomas into, oops, the outer one. I'm just a bit curious to see who is faster and who is slower. Thinking that maybe these wheels make a difference. And okay, well, Thomas is easily catching up to Diesel. Let me just separate Diesel away. How am I going to do that? If I go like that, we might get a sense of what's going on here. Okay, let's just see who catches up to who. I got a very, very distinct feeling Thomas is way more faster than Diesel. It hasn't taken long at all. I'll tell you what, look at that, boom. Thomas has caught up to Diesel, so maybe those wheels are the factor here. Or maybe that's just the way the planet spins, you just never know. Yeah, that Thomas there is really giving the shove to that rolling stock because it's lifting it up at the back. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll swap out the rolling stock and see who is faster then. Okay, so I'll get this off. And without causing a train wreck. Oh, there will be a train wreck. Okay. And, well, of course, that's going to happen, isn't it? There you go. I like it like that. I like it a lot. We need to see a lot more of that going on because that's all the fun of it. And I will get this rolling stock off as well. Look at that. Ooh. And you end up with that. That's the best fun you can ever have. Yeah. I like it like that. I like it like that a lot. Woo! Naughty Diesel. Let me just turn Diesel and Thomas off and reset the rolling stock. Okay, I've swapped out the rolling stock and we'll see who's faster than who now. Who is going to catch up with who? That is the big question here. Who is faster here now? We've swapped the rolling stock around. With the cogged rolling stock, in a sense, is going to catch up with Diesel. We're very close to catching up. There we go. Here we go. We're going to capture this, I hope. And boom. Okay, so I've got no idea why that's happening. It could be a battery thing, but let me make a point about rolling stock that's sort of, locked onto wagons. And the more I look at this, that was Diesel's rolling stock. See, everything is locked on. Even this piece here, you can remove this piece. Yeah, I think it actually is more fun when things fall apart, but let me just show. This will be my final experiment here. I've just got the rolling stock ready for a crash, in a sense. The only loose piece is that piece there. All these other ones are locked into the rolling stock. Nearly said something else there, but thankfully I didn't. And I'll just get these two going and we will see a train crash happening right now. And, well, the piece that it flew apart, which is, there you go, that's lost its piece. That was fun to look at, although we didn't see it. But everything else is locked on there, and it would be way more fun if the crystals there came off and the trophy went flying, and whatever's in Diesel's caboose there, his wagon went flying as well. But when they're locked on, you get none of that fun. Just to prove my point about rolling stock is more fun when the load is not tightly connected to it, I've loosened off all these. The trophy is just sitting across its pin now. Of course, we know this load here is already loose and did fly off the first time it fell off the turntable. I'll set Diesel and Thomas on their way, and we might see a totally different crash dynamic going on when they collide. way more fun, and we've still got a little bit of stuff. That one's loose. The trophy's still hanging in there. But yeah, I prefer it when it's not connected in the way that it is. Although, just watching that, for the fact it's not falling apart, and it's definitely not on the tracks, is quite remarkable. I could never repeat that, I could tell you that. To me, that there's all the fun, seeing things go wacky like that, but hey, maybe you're wired differently to me. Maybe you just like to see stuff not get thrown about, not fall apart. Everyone's different. I know how to fix up that problem there. Very simple. If I do that. Now watch what happens. Yeah, that's more fun. Had to finish with a train wreck, because I tell you what, it's been a train wreck of a week. All tired, you've been up all night, I think. Look at you. Where you been, hey? Good girl. In Fluffy's house. She's the one who seems to have taken over Fluffy's house. Good girl, hey? Good girl. I've seen some comments of people asking, Leo, what's happened to the Mess Hunter series of videos that you were doing on YouTube? Well, believe me, I'm still putting them together. I'm certainly still collecting footage and pictures for them. And this is a place that I go by every day. And I'm just going to show you the current activity. Now, today's the day the Queen of England died. To give you a timestamp, it's been an absolutely crap week for a number of reasons for our family. It's just been a terrible week. Look at this here. This is what our lovely locals do. They're craftspeople, but they do it in reverse, okay? This is just beautiful work. Now, eventually this has to be replaced and repaired, and who pays for that? Well, the ratepayers, don't they? That's the mugs like us. The table has been wrecked 3 times over. I should do it like that, 3 times over, and the council now no longer reset it. In fact, I think they should just get rid of this whole cabana thing here, because it just gets wrecked. And this is what I found today, and this is very, very typical of what I find here, and it gives you great insight into the mentality of the people that are here. And just to find knives and scissors and bits of hose is just such a common thing here. My scissor collection at home is extraordinary now. It's massive. What I find extraordinary is locals here want to totally ignore this problem. If you start to make a noise about this, things seem to disappear. No one wants to see this. It's actually quite sad, and there is that saying, the meek shall inherit the earth. But in this town, you know what my saying is? The shit always floats to the top. Quite a fitting way to end this video in what's been a really shitty week.